Alan here, storyteller. Now, today's story is from a place called India. Some of you might be familiar with it. It's a long way from England, but it's a very hot country. And there are many exotic animals there, some incredible species of monkeys and birds and all manner of ferocious beasts, including a tiger. Now, you might not know, but tigers have 3 roars, okay? The first roar is more of a growl, really, when he's hunting. It's like, and it echoes everywhere. And all the animals, especially the antelopes and the monkeys, go, whoop, hello, that sounds like a tiger. And they're on the alert. The second roar is a big one. It's a big roar that tells all the other tigers, this is my territory. All you other tigers, stay away. And it goes, it's very, very loud. Then he's got a third roar for when he's looking for a girlfriend, and that's... But those 3 roars are what everybody understands. However, there was a tiger called Khan. I'm afraid he was a bit naughty. I mean, tigers are fierce anyway, but this one, he was fierce for the sake of it. You see, tigers hunt for food. They roar to keep people away from their territory or to find a girlfriend. But they're not nasty. It's just the way they do things. Khan, however, was mean. He was very mean. And he invented a 4th roar. A really horrible, shiver down the spine roar. And everybody was terrified of it. And he only did it to make people terrified and make the other animals terrified. And that's the only reason, because he was mean. And he would do the big roar, and then people would run away, animals would run away, birds would fly away, and he'd sit there going, that'll teach him. One day, Khan had eaten some sumptuous meal, and he was lying on his rock, and it was Khan's rock, and everybody knew it was Khan's rock. Even the ants didn't walk across Khan's rock. He lay there, licking his lips, having a good stretch, about to lie down in the sun and have a... And in the distance, he had a look. Oh, what's that over there? Oh, it's a man. Khan did not like men. You see, men hunt tigers, and that's not nice. You know, we shouldn't do that. They're a majestic animal. Right, I'll teach him a lesson he'll never forget. And instead of lying down for a nice sleep, he hid behind his rock. And the man kept walking towards him. The man was walking, minding his own business. And as the man reached the rock, Khan leapt out. And the man shook with fear. And he shook so much, his trousers fell down, which was very embarrassing because he got his Spider-Man underpants on. And Khan laughed. Ha 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 ha! That'll teach you. Don't ever come near me again. Oh, my rock! Oh, my hunting grounds! The man said nothing, pulled up his trousers, and looked at Khan very sternly. Oh, staring! I'm really scared. But the man did a strange thing. He pointed. And then he pointed at Khan. And then he pointed over there, and at Khan. And he pointed over there, and then at Khan. Several things. Oh, pointing, I'm terrified now. You're boring me. I'm going to roar so loud. It'll make your hair fall out. And he took a huge breath. Huh? What? No, what? What's happened? What's happened to my roar? And the man smiled, nodded, and walked away. You see, the man was a jinn, and jinns are magic. And this particular one had got magic over nature. And he's pointing, he'd taken the coal from birds and little animals and mice, and he'd put them into Khan's throat. So Khan couldn't do his horrible roar. He couldn't do his good roar. He couldn't do his growling. He couldn't do his look for a girlfriend roar. All the other tigers thought it was hilarious. Go on, go on, go on. Do a puppy, go on. That's funny, that. Go, go, do a kitten, do a kitten. Well, of course. This meant he couldn't hunt. So the animals got less scared. And it meant the other tigers could come and hunt on his land. And the girlfriends, well, forget that. The lady tigers weren't interested in somebody who could only growl like a kitten or a cockerel or a frog. Which meant Khan got hungry. And his belly was aching. I'm so hungry. Do you know what I've eaten today? 2 slugs and a leaf. I'm really hungry. I'm going to lie down on my rock. It wasn't his rock anymore. The ants were on it, slugs were on it, snails were on it, birds were pecking things on it. Oh, go away. I'm fed up enough. And he lay down to sleep. He was just about to go to sleep. Just about to nod off. When he heard a terrible noise. What was that? What was that? What was that? What was that? Nothing. Okay. What? If I find somebody's taking the mickey, making fun of me, you'll be sorry. I'll find out who it is. I'll find out. And he went round in a big circle, and the circles got bigger and bigger and bigger until he found a waterhole. But India is a very hot country. And this waterhole wasn't a waterhole anymore. It was a mud hole, because a lot of the water had evaporated away. And at the bottom of this hole was a baby elephant who'd gone down there to get the little tiny bit of water that was left, and unfortunately got stuck because the mud is so thick and slippy. And no matter how hard the baby elephant tried to climb out, just kept sliding back. Oi! I'm trying to get some sleep here! Shut up! All the baby elephant saw was a huge tiger roaring at it, got very scared, and bleated even louder. Oh my ears! Shut up! I'll get you out! That'll stop it. Oh, flipping heck. Oh! And he started to come down into the waterhole. All the baby elephant saw was a huge, fierce tiger coming towards him, and he thought he was going to be eaten. So he ran around in circles, slipping and sliding everywhere. Little chunk in the air. Oh, shut up, I'm trying to catch. And then he fell over again. And he's getting all muddy. Oh, took him ages. But eventually, he caught the little elephant and he put him on his giant shoulders like that. I've got you. Now, stop moving about. Oh, my ears. But the baby elephant was terrified. He thought he was going to be eaten. And he wrapped his trunk around. Oh, you've got my face. Oh, my ears. Oh, my nose. Oh, dear. Using his big claws, Khan grabbed himself out of the waterhole and put the baby elephant down. Just at that moment, running through the brush was the baby's mum. Yes, all right, missus. Your elephant baby there. Take him away. He's doing my head in. All that racket! People can't sleep around here. I don't know what's going on. I can't. Oh. And he went back to his rock and he finally fell asleep. What Khan didn't realise, that baby elephant was the son of Rajesh. Rajesh is the king of the elephants. Now, as you know, elephants are very noble creatures. And if you do a kindness to an elephant, they are obliged to return that kindness. But he had a chat with his council of elephants and he said, oh, that's Khan. Everybody knows how mean Khan's been. I mean, even if we tried to help him, he'd probably spit at us and shout and snarl. He's not been very nice at all, especially since we've heard he's lost his roar. He's been even meaner. But Rajesh had to repay the kindness, and he had to think. He went to see the chief of the jinn. Off he went through the jungle, his big trunk swinging, big body swaying slowly. Right at the edge of the clearing was a dark path. And he took the dark path and he headed up and knocked on the door of the castle where the jinn lived. With his huge trunk. A door opened like that, a little door in the door. Yes? I am Rajesh, king of the elephants. I have come to see the chief of all the jinn. What's your purpose? I have come to request a favour. A few minutes later, they let him in. Huge doors opened. Rajesh, being a noble character, bowed. Oh, great chief of the jinn, I am Rajesh, king of the elephants. I have come to seek a favour. And a little old man, I mean, so old and wrinkly. Oh my goodness, his face looked like a map.
Yes, we know who you are, Rajesh, king of the elephants. What can we do for you this day?
Well, my little boy had his life saved, and we would like to repay the favour.
Oh, well, that sounds like a fair exchange. What do you think we can do to help you?
Well, his life was saved by Khan.
Khan? Khan of the fourth nasty roar? Khan the mean? Khan the nasty? Khan the horrible?
Indeed. And we understand that it was one of your members who took away his roar. We would like for it to be returned.
Oh, that's a very unusual request. We shall take it under consideration, Rajesh, and we will let you know in due course. Thank you for your company today. It's been an honor to meet you.
And the chief of the jinn bowed, and Rajesh bowed, and off he went. A few days later, Khan was once again lying on his rock. Oh, fed up, look at this here. All my friends are laughing at me. Yeah, the girls won't come near me. Look, there's a bird sat on my tail. Nobody's scared of me anymore. Oh, it's terrible. Oh, no, what's that up there? Oh, no, it's a man. Oh, I don't want... Oh, no, it's the pointy man. And Khan, for the first time in his life, was terrified. He was as scared as he'd made everybody else feel. His whole body began to quiver and shake with fear. Oh, where do I go? Where do I go? Oh, God, I can't hide. Before he could make his mind up what to do, the man was right there in front of him. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. I'm sorry your trousers fell down and everything. I'm really sorry. Don't do it again, please. The man looked at Khan and pointed.
No more pointing, please, no more pointing.
And a big tear ran down his fur, off his nose and dripped onto his rock. But the man pointed. and then looked up and did this and pointed back. Oh, that was good! No, don't go away! No, please, come back, come back! But the man was already leaving. Oh, where's my whiskers? Oh, what's happened to my stripes? Where's my tail? Where's my ears? Oh, my ears fallen off. Oh, what's it going to do? Oh, I don't know what's going with my teeth. Oh. And Corn fell asleep, crying like that. A few hours later, he woke. What happens when we wake up? We have a good stretch, don't we? Go like that. And Corn stretched just like you and I would. And he roared. And he roared again. And all the other tigers and all the animals went, "Ooh, hello. That looks like Corn. It sounds like Corn. I think I'll get off his land." And all the antelopes and the monkeys and all the things that he hunts, they decided to hide because it sounded like a good idea. The tigers who had encroached on his territory went back to their territory. The birds flew up into the trees. The ants got off his rock. And he roared all day and all night. He didn't roar to hunt. He didn't roar to get a girlfriend. He didn't roar to do anything other than be happy that he got his roar back. He roared so long and for so much, by the evening he was going because he gave himself a sore throat. From then on, Corn only ever used the 3 tiger roars. The first one, you can help me with this. The growl, the hunting growl. The second one, the big get off my property roar. And the third one, when he was looking for a girlfriend, he never again, ever used the 4th nasty roar. No one ever heard it again because Corn had learned his lesson. He realized that if you are mean, and he was very mean, sooner or later somebody will be mean to you. So he decided to be a better tiger, a good tiger, a proper tiger. And nobody's ever heard that roar ever again. Until now. Thanks for listening. Now, remember our story. Here's some spellings that might help you. First of all, we were in a country called India. There are many animals and plants in India, but the one we concentrated on was the tiger. Now, tigers roar, and when they roar, it's because they're hunting. Corn had 3 roars. He had a growl, a get off my property roar, and of course looking for a girlfriend roar. But then he had a 4th nasty roar, mean. He hid behind his rock. When he saw a man walking down the road. And of course, instead of the roar, the magician, the jinn, put the calls of other animals. a kitten, a cockerel, a mouse, all sorts of animals. While he was hungry, of course, he tried to sleep on his rock, and he heard a horrible noise, and that noise belonged to a baby elephant.